This video is about buying a tea business and how to do so successfully, taking the least amount of risk, highest ROI, and saving you time and money. Before you decide to buy a business, you need to set aside the amount of financial, time, and energy you want to invest in this business. Many people are looking for a turnkey operation where they don't have to show up and they're going to make money. That's typically not how it works. And when I say typically, I mean the more often you show up to work, the more likely you're going to make money, specifically more money. Understand that. Turnkey operations do exist. We run a turnkey operation. Virtually all of my businesses are turnkey. I show up, it runs. And when I show up, it runs better. Ideally, when you buy a business, you need to come in with the mindset that this is your baby. You need to build it, grow it, and make sure that it runs well, regardless of who's in charge. If this idea or concept is new, I suggest you check out the book, The E-Myth. It's a great book for entrepreneurs who are going to get into this business. Number 2, you need to be decisive. Once you decide you have this much time, money, and energy you're going to invest into this business, you need to stick with it. No one likes a boss, an owner, or an investor who says, yeah, I was thinking about putting in $40,000, but now I'm going to do $20,000 as a deposit. That's not how negotiations work. And when you get to the negotiation table, whether you're working with a business broker or going to escrow, it matters. Let your yes be yes and your no's be no. That decisiveness sets the tone for your relationship with that business. Yeah, you're gonna be buying that business and maybe that conversation is just between you and the owner. But as an employer, as a manager, a person who's gonna be dealing with expectations of time, money, and energy, it's very important to be decisive. And that starts before you even show up to the business. Number 3, transparency. A lot of people who are buying a business have never done it before. And there's this ego where you don't want to let people know that you're afraid of losing everything that you're invested in. That's a fear mindset. And then there's also this ego. That ego keeps you from asking for help. Yes, everyone is trying to make a buck here. When you buy a business, it's under the assumption that you want to buy it for the least amount of money and make the highest return on investment. That's how business works. Business doesn't work where you get a fair value. In business, if you're successful, it's not because you paid a fair price, it's because you saw the value. There's something called supply and demand. In business, you have to understand that there are limited businesses in this location, at this time, within your budget. Fear and ego is one of the biggest factors when it comes to a transaction, not just for the buyer and the seller. If there's landlords involved, if there are employees, customer contracts, those factors, fear and ego, will often make or break the business. Understand that fear and ego can often get in the way when it comes to that transaction, which is why a lot of people use brokers. By the way, Zen's Tea House offers broker services if you're wanting to buy or to sell. Number 4, timing. Timing is so important when it comes to buying a business or stepping into operations. I sold a business one time. The owners didn't show up for 6 months. Yeah, it ran. It was great in the sense that it kept going. But the employees, the customers, they were kind of left with a bad impression because the owners who bought the business, and yes, it was a turnkey operation, they didn't show up. They were just looking at it as a financial investment, and it is, but when it comes to a business, you have to understand it's people that make or break the business. All the people who have their hands on this business or business transaction are going to be affected. It's important to spend adequate time with each person who's involved in the business. Those are 4 key aspects of buying a business. Please keep them to heart. Hope you like this video. If so, give it a thumbs up, and if you have any questions, comment below. My name is Fernando. I'm the founder and CEO of Zen's Tea House. This is my warehouse. Usually don't see this side of the business. We got private labeling, drop shipping, and a bunch of other stuff you probably don't care about. But I want to share with you some key aspects to help you grow your business that will cost you absolutely nothing. These 3 things you can implement right now, and you will see the dividends paid pretty quickly, like within a few days. Making more money, making more meaningful connections, helping customer retention, and most importantly, fulfillment. Number 1, start with caring. A lot of people in business only care about the Benjamins. They only care about the money. And that care for money can only take you so far. I work with business owners who are trying to scale and grow their business, and they'll stop at nothing to make that bottom line more and more profitable. And that's not wrong in and of itself. But they're not stopping to care about how they make the money or who they make that money from. One key aspect about caring is it takes time. It takes emotional intelligence, emotional desire to connect with people. Now that person can be the mailman, the person who's delivering your goods. Maybe that's your virtual assistant. For myself, it's my employees and my customers. The people that you interact with in your business, if you want to see growth, you want to see those profits grow at a faster rate and enjoy doing it, number one, you got to care. Not just about the money. You have to care about people. And that requires some vulnerability. Emotionally invest in people. This reflects in virtually everything you do. From the bathroom being clean, why is it clean? Because you care. Why do I have a microphone and I'm dressed with my Zen Sea House hat? It's because I care that you understand that what I'm doing matters. Number two is who you surround yourself with. Richard, how long have you been with the company?
5 years now.
Richard's an awesome dude. Guys like him care. I like hanging out with people who care, and I surround myself with people who care. Who you surround yourself with will make or break your business. If you hang out with people who are really good with business, that's probably going to be good for you. But if you hang out with people who only want more material possessions, they only want to look like they're doing well, they don't actually want to do well, that's going to affect you. A lot of people in business want to portray this image. Make sure that the people that you're hanging out with, who you surround yourself with, they care about the deeper things. They care about growing their business, their endeavors, their relationships, as well as growing you. Because who we surround ourselves with will often reflect our success or our failures. And not everyone is at the same place physically, emotionally, financially. It's where they're at spiritually. It's where they are in their mindset. There's some people who I hang out with in a business capacity, but I won't hang out with them when it comes to family, when it comes to personal endeavors, because we don't connect on the same level. But if you want to do well in business, surround yourself with people who are doing what you want to do, who have been where you want to be. Number two, easy to implement. You start doing that, you will see your business grow. Number three, reflection. This often causes us to take a step back and look at what we're doing. What are we doing in the business and what are we doing outside the business? That reflection is very difficult for a lot of people who are caught up in the day-to-day operations. I started my business when I was 23 years old. I left straight from the military, started this company. I didn't do much reflection. In fact, my emotional intelligence was terrible. I didn't care about anything. I was just operation, efficiency. And yes, it made money. I didn't hang out with people who cared to challenge me. That vulnerability, one, care, two, who you surround yourself with, three, reflection, that didn't exist when I first started. And it negatively impacted myself and those involved in the company. Thank you to all those loyal customers who were patient with me when I first started. And those are the top three things. You can start implementing them now and they're going to help grow your business. I'm going to add a fourth one. The fourth one is not politically correct, but I'm going to say it anyways because this is a business video regarding tea, growing business, boba, coffee, and that is spirituality, your prayer life. When you start praying that your business will go well, you will see astronomically growth. And I pray to Jesus Christ. That is the name above all names. You can reject that, and that's your own business. It's going to be your business. So whatever you do spiritually will affect you and your company. And that's just irrefutable truth. If atheism is how you run your company, then atheism is how you're going to run your life. If you keep your faith at the front, now I'm not talking about preaching to your employees or your coworkers or your customers, that will reflect in what you do. Don't believe it, just take a look at where you're at right now. Spiritually, I would say that's probably the most successful way a person can be. above being financially well off, above being perceived as great or having some experiential high. Spirituality is just what we as human beings desire. And that's reflective in us caring for someone. You could care for someone financially, but more so spiritually. If you care for someone, that's very important. You could hang out with people who are where you want to be, but if they're not where you want to be spiritually, you have no business being there. In reflection, you could take a step back, look at everything that's going on, but if you're not spiritually reflecting on what happens when all this disappears, you got nothing. Hope you found this video helpful. 3 things plus a bonus of number 4 of what you can do to start growing your business at virtually no costs. Since 2012, Zen Tea House has been helping people through the power of tea. We've done this by providing organic, healthy, loose leaf teas and herbs, free health education, and a number of resources that we don't publicly advertise. One of them is our B2B services. Zen Tea House does private labeling, drop shipping. That means if you are interested in owning your own tea company or kind of getting into the nutritional supplement area, Zen Tea House offers those services. Business services where we help you grow and scale your company. The economy isn't doing so great right now, and Zen Tea House for the last decade has been offering these services to other businesses. Some have scaled and grow, have over 100,000 plus followers on social media. If you want to help grow your business, whether it exists already or you have plans of starting your own tea business or nutritional supplement, health and wellness business, Zen Tea House has you covered. My name is Fernando Lopez. I've been in this industry since 2012. Before this, I was in the United States Navy, and I'm going to share with you some of the best secrets that Zen Tea House can offer. And when I say the best, I mean this is what we offer to our clients who are growing and scaling their businesses. If you want to take your business to the next level or get started, email me, fernando@zenstea.com, and we will help you help more people. In this video, we're going to cover some key points on how to start and successfully launch a tea business. If you want a copy of this PDF form, go to the website zensteahouse.com/franchise, or you can email me, fernando@zenstea.com. In the subject line, put business. Point number 1, you have to have a checklist. Whenever you're looking to start a business or buy an existing business, you need to have a list of questions you have to ask yourself before you even ask anyone else. Number 1 is this the right business, the right industry, right time for you? Now this video is specifically for tea businesses, so that's what it's going to be centered on. Understand that the application for these points can be used in virtually any industry. Question number 1 that I ask all of my clients is why? Why do you want to do this? Is it because you want to make more money? Is it because you want to change a lifestyle? Is it because it's a change of career? Why? And that question can lead to a bunch of other questions. If you're able to answer that why question very specifically and you know why you want to do this, then you are off to a great start. If you don't know the why, then spend a little more time doing research, asking questions, and really pondering, is this something that I want to spend a lot of time on? Is this something that I'm willing to lose money on? Is this something that I want on my personal resume? Question number 2, what are your qualifications? Yes, we're talking about tea, and maybe you've tried a bunch of different teas. Maybe you grew up in a tea family, or you traveled a lot and you think, I know more about teas than most of my tea friends. That is one qualification. But it's a multi-dimensional question. What are your qualifications, not qualification? Question 2 involves, what are your financial qualifications? How much money are you able to spend in this business? How much time can you spend in this business? How much energy can you spend in this business? I work with clients who have a lot of money, but they don't have the time or the energy to properly manage their financial investment. So we built this wonderful business. This is for this one client. He dropped $25,000 like it was a $10 coupon. It was really terrible how poorly it performed, simply because he didn't want to invest the time and energy to manage this business. If you don't have the time and energy to manage your financial investment, then you're probably not ready to run a business. You may want to be an investor, but running a business versus investing are 2 different business models. Investors are great. Being a business owner, an owner-operator, is another subject. And this is Question number 2 of your qualifications I like to ask my clients is, where are they at in life? Are they in a position where they can take risks? Do they have kids, a family? Are they looking towards retirement? Do they have another job? Are they out of a job? Are they on the verge of bankruptcy, or are they recovering from poor financial decisions? These qualifications and much more are the questions you have to ask yourself. It's multidimensional. What are your qualifications? I always ask, financially, what can you afford? Financially is important, but it's not nearly as important as time. Time, you can't buy back. Question number 3 for the checklist is the type of industry. Now, this is specific to tea, but I've been in the tea industry to go into bottling, manufacturing, importing, private labeling, cafes, retail, online. There are many aspects of tea. You even have things like CBD tea and infused teas. But when it comes to business to consumer, it's a whole different animal. Business consumer, it's about building a brand. It's about building a relationship, that trust. In B2B, which is business to business wholesale, yes, it's a brand, it's trust, but it's a very high failure rate. You have maybe 10 people that come in, you might get 1 that makes a sale. If you want to go in the industry that is direct to consumer, that is a question you must ask yourself, because that is very emotional. I like the business to business wholesale because it's very quick, it's easy, it's military. I'm very military. That emotional intelligence that's required to connect with customers, believe it or not, was not second nature for me. It was actually very difficult. Checklist number 4, how much pain can you take? What's your risk tolerance? How many losses can you take before you call it quits? One of my friends has talked about how he puts $100 in each of his ventures, and he knows that one of those ventures will likely work out. So he'll put $100 down 17 times, $1,700 on these investments. But that one that works out, maybe it's number 18, 19, does a 20-fold. That $100 investment can bring back $50,000 in just profits. Question number 5 on the checklist is, who's behind you? I've been in the industry since 2012. I have a phone with, keep recording, this guy. I'm not gonna share his number, but I'll call him. He's a wholesaler. I'm helping him grow his business. Now, he has access to virtually all of my connections. There's something to be said about people who grew up in the tea industry. They know people who know people. When you go into a business, if you're going to a specific industry, you need to know who is in your corner. If you work with Zen's Tea House, then you know that you're working with someone who has connections with tea farmers, tea gardeners, importers, manufacturers, virtually the people who sell to all the big guys, and the little people too. We hope you enjoyed this video. We hope to be making more videos like this in the future. Again, if you have any questions, email me, Fernando@zenstea.com. Tea is the second most consumed beverage in the world, second behind water. The economics of the tea industry is very diverse. People import, manufacture, the people who grow the tea, they're farmers. Tea farmers are a whole different industry. The way they price their tea is largely in-house. They decide, by drinking the tea, how much to price it. It's for the welfare and prosperity of the gardeners and the tea community. One of my favorite parts about the tea industry is the e-commerce, the economic transactions behind tea. In this video, we're going to cover some of the basic economic principles behind the tea industry. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment below. The tea industry is fun, it's profitable, and it's not like many of the other beverages in the world. Soda, kombucha, although kombucha is a tea, and I invested in a kombucha on tap system, I can tell you, it's a great business. Financially, it's not all there. Loose leaf tea, bag tea, when you're making sales specifically online, that's where the money's at. Yes, cafes are profitable. One of the challenges of having a tea business that's only online is getting traffic. You can pay for ads, you can get influencers, you can buy an email list, and that's not always the best way to go about it. What is ideal is finding customers, getting them to fall in love with you and your brand, and them sharing word of mouth. Word of mouth is by far the most powerful way to grow your business. As a tea entrepreneur, I spend a lot of time, money, and energy creating these videos because people are able to connect with me online because they see the genuine personality. You know, I really do like tea. This is a nice brewed oolong. Can you get a little closer to that? Right there, you go. Nice oolong tea. Very strong, very dark. But not everyone can do online. What we here at Zen's Tea House offer is this one-on-one attention where we're gonna help you design a business that works for you. You can build a website. That doesn't mean that you're gonna make money. You can send people to your website. That doesn't mean that they're going to show up every week and buy. It depends on your brand and your business model. What more and more people are looking to do now is have a place where they can meet. We're at a cafe right now. This cafe is a place where people can connect one-on-one. And that is an emotional, supernatural, spiritual connection when people are able to sit down, have a cup of tea, and converse. To open up a cafe costs a little more money. You can go with a retail place, which might be like half of what it would cost for a cafe. Depending where you're at in the US, opening up a cafe can range between $70,000 to $100,000. We're here in Los Angeles. We can get a cafe up and running within $50,000 or less, depending on the location. If you're looking into a retail space, $30,000. The profits at a retail establishment are between 40 to 50%. Cafes, specifically boba shops, 20 to 30%. That's the industry average. Online business, 60, 70+% for your business. As you might assume, Zen's Tea House is involved with all three: retail, online, and cafe. There is a fourth component that is the wholesale manufacturing. The profit margins on that are about 20%. It's not an easy business to get into. Some people make a lot of money off of it. Zen's Tea House does wholesale importing and manufacturing. There are multiple components of running a tea business, and we hope you give us the opportunity to help you. It's risk-free, little to no cost to get started, and the way we structure virtually all of our businesses is where you make money, we make money. Because in the end, that's how good business works. That's how the tea industry thrives. I hope you like this video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment below and feel free to email me, Fernando, at zenstea.com. Supporting small businesses is the backbone of our society. The American dream was made possible not by big corporate greed, but by small business owners, entrepreneurs taking the risk and jumping into business for themselves. I'm the founder of Zen's Tea House. I'm the CEO, and I work with many small business owners. Not all of them sell tea. Some of them are not even in the health industry. But to move our economy forward, to help more people, we are helping people with their business.
Hello everybody! This video is sponsored by Mollycoddle Soaps at mollycoddle2022.com.
If you're interested in getting your business up and running, download a free business guide on the website, zenstea.com. It's in the link below. I want to share with you what separates people from being successful and those who are not successful are those who take the risk and put their money where their mouth is. This free book, it's free and it's available right now on the website, zenstea.com. If you have any questions, you can email me, Fernando at zenstea.com, or you can leave them in the comment below.